Alright guys, Watchman's Post coming to you again. Gonna read you another article today. I found a couple this morning I wanted to read, and seemed to be pretty interesting, pretty relevant. Let's get into this. Check it out. Alright, so this is gonna be about the Korean Peninsula, North Korea. So this is from Sputnik. I've been reading a lot of Sputnik stuff lately. It's real short, it's straight to the point, and I like it. So this one says, recent reports by South Korean news media claim that the U.S. will deploy attack drones to the Korean Peninsula in the next few months. So attack drones, just like in this picture, they're going to send some more drones out there. 12 attack drones that can target North Korean leaders and military targets will be deployed in March or April, South Korean newspaper reported this week. According to a report, a hangar has already been constructed for the Gray Eagle drones, and in addition, support facilities and personnel have reportedly already arrived at the U.S. Air Base at Kunsan on the West Coast. The General Atomics MQ-1C Gray Eagle is an unmanned aircraft system developed by General Atomics Aeronautical Systems for the U.S. Army. The Gray Eagle, which has an 18-yard wide wingspan, can conduct various missions including attack, reconnaissance, surveillance, and infiltration. Its 248-mile range gives it enough reach to cover most of North Korean territory. This is not the first time that the U.S. has sent attack drones to South Korea. Last March, the U.S. deployed attack drones in response to provocative actions by North Korea. Although this threat has not deterred the North Korea from conducting nearly a dozen missile tests since then. Earlier this week, a U.S. spokesperson also announced that the military drills between the U.S. and South Korea will begin again once the Paralympic Games in Pyeongchang end in March. Military.com reported. So real short to the point. You gotta love it. So just to give a recap, the games are almost over. They're going to start the drills back up, and they're sending the drones out there. It's game back on for this North Korea situation. They seem to have a pause just long enough to have these Olympics, and you know, people seem to think that was some sort of a peace arrangement or something, but there was no peace talks there. It was only talks about arrangements for those Olympics, is what it was. They're not going to give up their nuclear capabilities. They're not going to give up their nuclear warheads. And that's what it all boils down to. The American administration has said over and over and over that if they're not willing to surrender their nuclear capabilities, that there's no talks to be had, and that if they don't surrender them, eventually we're probably going to do a strike on them. So, you know, they had this pause just long enough for this Olympic game or whatever, and as you can tell, it's already ramping back up. There's already been talks back and forth, more trash talk, these Olympic, I'm sorry, the military drills that they're talking about there at the end. Let's see. Yeah, the U.S. Forces spokesperson also announced that the military drills will begin again. That's what North Korea's afraid of. That's what they don't like the most. That's what really rattles them, and it's usually after we do a drill, they shoot off a missile. They've asked that South Korea cut off these military drills and stop having America come and do these military drills. They really don't like having us in their backyard, floating around with all types of military equipment, and it escalates their tensions and causes them to do other things. So like I said, that's what they're most concerned about. They really get rattled whenever we do these military drills, especially lately with all the trash talk and the missiles going off and the tensions getting high. That we've always done these military drills, but it's very scary for them now whenever we do these military drills, because we've made statements that we were going to destroy them completely, wipe them off, and fire and fury and all these things. So, you got to look at it. They're bad guys. There's no doubt about it. But you got to look at it from their point of view there. If your worst enemy is at your neighbor's house just across the fence, and he's made statements about, killing you, and he's right over there in your neighbor's yard, right across the fence from you, and he's over there and he's got a gun, and he's walking around with a gun on him, and he's made threats to kill you. Every time he came over, it would probably rattle you a little bit, and that's sort of what's going on here. We've made statements about taking him out, and he gets shook and scared every time our ships and planes and military drills go on. So, like I said, this is just a snapshot of what's going on, and I like to cover overall things over the entire world, not just North Korea, not just the Middle East. I cover lots of things, and this is just one of the things that I personally watch very closely and take very seriously. God's given me dreams about North Korea, and my dreams that God's given me, this is going to start World War III, and you can believe it or not, but regardless, the news is there. It's real. Whether you believe my dreams or all the other people on YouTube that have had dreams about North Korea, just go to YouTube, type in North Korea dreams, and see all the people that have had dreams about North Korea. God said He'll pour out His flesh upon, pour out His Spirit upon all flesh, and it seems like He's done that in the past few years. There's so many people on YouTube with dreams. So, I'm not just going to come on here and tell you my dream. I'm coming on here and I'm going to show you the news and show you, look, we've all dreamed about North Korea, and it's constantly staying in the news. It's constantly remaining a major threat, and here they are, ramping up the military drills, and the tensions are jumping back up again, and trash talk's going back again. There's talks about more sanctions on Russia. Russia, by the way, has said if these final sanctions go in against them, they consider it a declaration of war, and we've held off. They said that, and we didn't push the sanctions on Russia. But now we're talking again, like, eventually we will put those sanctions on you. So, will Russia, actually, start war because of that? I don't know. They seem to be taking a whole lot. So I'm not saying that that'll spark the war. God's showed me, personally, that World War III will be started through North Korea. And Russia has showed theirself, just since I've been watching, to be a major ally for North Korea, and they will come to the aid and support for North Korea, and that will start once this conflict with North Korea begins. It'll start World War III with Russia and maybe even China. They've got them right now. They're doing investigations of where Chinese ships are selling them oil and stuff right now, and the UN's put sanctions on any transactions with North Korea with oil, so it's illegal. And China, so they've caught China and Russia doing that, I believe. So it's like I said, you need to get an overall perspective. This is just one little article that gives you a snapshot into what's going on with this one topic, with this one country. But I like to build an overall view with all of these things to show you that there's tension all across the world with, even countries that don't involve us, like China and India is having troubles right now, and they're both nuclear powers. Some people say that could cause a a nuclear fallout, the Holocaust, if they ever had war. I'm not saying that that's going to happen. I don't see that in the Bible, and I have no personal indications to see that would happen. But it's an example that the tensions are high there. Iran and Saudi Arabia have tons of tensions. And maybe one day I'll do a video on that. The Bible does say that Iran and Saudi Arabia will have a war, and that Saudi Arabia will be wiped out. You have to do a Bible search and look it up and see for yourself. But like I said, this is just one little snapshot of the tensions that are, at height, peak right now across the entire world. I hope this sparks your interest. Like I said, don't be in fear. This is to encourage you, to show you that Jesus is coming soon. His judgment is coming on the wicked and the people that are unrepented. But he's gonna take us out of harm's way. So Jesus is coming to save us, to protect us. Depending on what you believe, I believe in a pre-trib rapture. Some people believe mid-trib. Whatever you believe. God kept Daniel in that lion's den. God kept Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in that fiery furnace. And God's going to keep his faithful people today again. I hope this blesses you and encourages you and sparks your interest. I hope you look up these things. Everybody's got a phone today. Get you go to your app store, type in screen recorder, and you don't even have to show your face. You can turn your camera off and sit there and just read an article like this to somebody, post it up on your social media, and then there at the end just say, look guys, things are bad in the world, and let them know that we need to. This is a time to call on Jesus. Like I said, anybody can do this. This is easy. I'm not trying to set up a place for everyone to come watch me. I'm trying to encourage you to make videos and watch for yourself and encourage others. I hope this encourages you. God bless you. God bless your families. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching me and helping me out. My friends on Twitter and on YouTube. God bless you all in Jesus' holy name. Amen.